Welcome back to The Internet Lied to You. Today we need to talk about day trading. Okay, but first, story time. I was scrolling Instagram, peacefully minding my own business, when all of a sudden I was assaulted by a series of reels that were pretty much all the same. Basically, some guy with the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, stops at a gas station or whatever. He's in his Ferrari or his Porsche. He gets out, and some stranger walks up to him, right? Stranger's like, oh my gosh, nice car. What do you do for a living? And the guy's like, I day trade. And then the stranger's like, oh, no way, that's so sick. You must make a ton of money. And the guy's like, yep, I make $1 bazillion a day. And then the random person is like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Can you teach me how to day trade? And the guy in the car with the car, whatever, is like, yeah, here. And he shows him on his phone. He shows him, that's my Instagram. Go, follow my Instagram. Click the link in my bio. We'll give you free, training. We'll train you for free how to day trade. So, yeah, obviously that video is, full of red flags. None of these encounters seemed random to me. It was 6 of them like this, by the way. None of the encounters seemed random. Some of the creators who posted these sort of similar format reels, they used the same fucking link in their Instagram. I went and checked. It's in their Instagram bio. Some of them different creators used the same link as the other ones in their Instagram bio, that they show to the random person in the interaction. I was just like, wow, how this must be some sort of scam or something. The internet's basically one big scam nowadays, but you get what I'm saying. So, what is day trading? Does it work?
Does it work?
No! Yes!
And why am I seeing all these reels in a row, all these different day trading influencers, content creators, whatever?
Oh.
Last week you're driving a Lamborghini Urus. Now you're in a Porsche.
Yeah.
What is this, a rental?
A rental?
Yeah, no way you...
Nah, man.
This car costs more.
I bought it 2 weeks ago. How can I afford it?
How could you afford making it? This has got to be what, $500,000?
Look, I do day trading, so...
Is that what you do for a living, day trading?
Yeah, so I made $15,000 today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is freaking amazing. But that's real? That's not a chart symbol you just printed up?
No, this is real. Look, this is real. It's Robinhood. You know what a Robinhood is?
Yeah.
You could join my Discord.
Okay.
So just join my Discord, and then I post plays in there.
All right, then I can learn how to do that?
Yeah.
That'd be the shit.
Yeah, man.
You're amazing. Your mother should be really proud of you.
You're the man. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. I'm proud of you just knowing you in the garage.
That all have sort of the same sort of reels, same narrative going on for all of them.
I was just buying a Gatorade and I looked at your car and I said, oh my god, that's my dream car.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just got it.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, the color's insane. It pops.
So beautiful. It's yours.
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23?
Yeah.
Well, I have a 24-year-old daughter.
Oh.
Are you single?
I am single. I am.
What do you do?
I'm a day trader.
Yeah, we're going to try and find out. So, time to do some research. So, what is day trading? Day trading is the practice of buying and selling financial assets such as stocks, also called shares or equities, and those represent partial ownership of a company. Options as well, which is a contract giving you the right but not the obligation to buy or sell a stock at a specific price before a certain date. Okay. Then there's crypto, which is obviously, you've heard of crypto, digital assets secured by cryptography, and typically built on blockchain technology. I'm not going to get into all that. Then there's futures, which is an agreement to buy or sell an asset at a predetermined price on a specific future date. But it all happens within the same trading day in order to profit from short-term price movements. A small example of a simplified trade would be, for instance, let's pretend a trader buys a stock at $100. And then, a few minutes later, the price raises to $100.50, right? Trader sells and makes 50 cents, okay? Pretty simple. That's just so that everyone sort of is on the same page. And the logic here is that small moves multiplied by many trades equals potential profit, which, at face value sort of adds up, I guess, but there's maybe some gaps that we'll expose here in a second. So the reality of day trading. Now, multiple regulatory and academic studies that I am referencing here consistently found the same result, which is that most day traders lose money over time. 97% of day traders lose money long term. Only about 1% actually earn more than minimum wage. Only 1% earn more than minimum wage. Okay, so your buddy who says that he makes a living day trading, he's like barely making a living. Retail day trading has extremely high loss rates. There's no exact figures on it, but it's bad. But why? Why are the numbers so shit? 95% of startups fail, which means you have a better chance of starting a business and being moderately successful than you do if you just decided to do day trading. So just to put the statistics into perspective for you. Structural disadvantages. This is sort of like why it's like that. Why is it only about 1% even making minimum wage? Well, retail traders are competing against hedge funds, market-making firms, algorithmic trading systems, professional traders with decades of experience. I don't know if you guys know Gary's economics, but he's this really popular economist. He's a very successful trader, and he said, why would you day trade when you're trading against people like me, who have made millions on a single trade, in a single day? Why would you and have access to the capital, to do that, the cash to actually just do that? That's crazy. The odds are just insane. To expand on that, these institutions, these participants have faster data feeds, better models, institutional capital, right? Millions of dollars, right? Co-located servers near the physical exchanges, near Wall Street. And the retail traders are effectively playing professional poker against professionals. And they're not professionals. This shit is pre-ruined, okay? It's already cooked. Moving on here. Why is my Instagram and maybe your Instagram flooded with these day trading gurus, right? These broccoli haircut motherfuckers. Not all of them, I assume. But what we're seeing is basically a well-known social media funnel model. The real business, turns out, is selling trading education. I hesitate to even call it education because they're not really educating you, and we can talk about that in a minute, but it's not trading. They're not actually making money trading. Number two, they do scripted sort of random encounter, right? It's almost always staged. It's oh, how'd you afford this car? What's your secret? And then they're oh, I day trade stocks, and then third, there's the call to action, right? Join my Discord. You'll get free signals, free course, free discovery call, whatever. And last is the payment layer, right? Monetization. This is paid courses, and based on the research I did, they range anywhere from $200 to $2,000 per course. Okay, that's a lot of money for some people. There's also paid Discord access, affiliate broker links. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, trading signal subscriptions, like the list goes on, right? There's 1,000 things they can make you pay for. Some of them make you pay more than others, right? Obviously, there's some discretion there. But the Ferrari basically functions as marketing proof, okay? Not evidence of trading success, because that's not what's making them the money that they might be able to get to, get the Ferrari. And in many cases, the car is rented, borrowed, leased for content, and then filmed once, and then used for many videos, right? They film a bunch of content using the vehicle, and then they stitch it into a bunch of different videos, right? So they get a bunch of content, but they only have to rent the car for like 2 days or whatever. This is common. So why do they teach instead of trading, right? If trading is if it's so fucking lucrative, like they're saying it is, why teach instead? Well, think about it this way, if someone had a reliable trading edge, teaching thousands of people would be fucking irrational. It'd be ridiculous. Why on earth would you do that? Okay. Like the way I can think about this, as someone who's interested in business and entrepreneurship and economics and that type of stuff, like if I had a business model that was very specific, very finely tuned, very precise and niche, right? Very niche. And it was working for me, right? I was making absolute bags with this business model, okay? Why on God's green earth would I go and tell literally anyone about it? Because it's so specific, the business model, that if I teach other people to do it, they're probably going to end up being direct competition to me. Why would more traders trading on the market using these tactics, assuming they're very effective, be a good thing for these influencers who claim that trading is so profitable? But there's reasons that these creators teach. First reason is that teaching is safer income. Okay, straight up. Trading is volatile. The income, goes up and down, right? It's very unpredictable. But course income, selling courses or selling Discord access or documents or whatever, strategies, that's predictable, right? You can set a fixed price on that. You can get very specific. So, 1,000 students at $500 a course, that's $500K, right? Like you can do, that's simple math, all right? Meanwhile, trading's going fucking up and down and all over the place on a daily basis. Education businesses often will earn more than trading. That's all there is to it. Reason number 2, trading strategies degrade. If thousands of people, it should be pretty logical. Like if thousands of people are using the same strategy because you taught it to them, then the opportunities disappear, the price movements change, and profitability just drops. Because everyone's basically doing the same thing. And like I said earlier, like why would you teach this to someone if you had a competitive edge? Professional traders guard strategies very carefully. All right, you don't see Gary's Economics making videos about how he's choosing his trades, right? How he picks his trades. What is he doing, right? He's not sharing that information. He shares like very general information on, macroeconomics. That's what he does. Affiliate incentives. Okay, many trading educators or influencers, we'll call them, because I don't know, they're not actually educators, earn commissions from brokers. Okay, let me give you an example. Just hear me out. Students sign up with the referral link on the influencer's, Instagram or whatever, social media. The student starts trading frequently. The broker earns fees on their trades, okay, because they're using their platform to trade. All right. Now, the educator or the influencer receives commission on those trades. That's how they're making their money. So this incentivizes more trading, but not necessarily profitable trading. Now, back to day trading. Is it impossible? No, but it is extremely difficult. Now, successful traders usually have, like I said, years of experience, deep statistical understanding, strict risk management, okay, and significant capital. Also emotional discipline. Like, you can't be like just making trades because you feel like it, or because you have, I got a feeling about this one or whatever. Like, it doesn't work like that. Most professionals treat trading as a quantitative research problem, not a lifestyle. Okay, it's not a way to get a Ferrari or a penthouse. They do it for the love of the game, baby. Like, yeah, that's how obsessed you have to be. Why do most economists warn against it? Well, financial markets are highly competitive information systems, basically. And in efficient markets, public information is already priced in, right? Which, what I mean by that is that when you look at the price of an asset, the price is already compensated for the fact that there is publicly available knowledge on this asset, all right? Now, short-term movements are also close to random. That's another reason why this is so risky. This makes consistent day trading profits extremely difficult to achieve. But, that's enough of that sort of bullshit. Like, what actually builds wealth in markets? Most financially successful investors follow very different strategies from day trading, or, what's commonly referred to as active investing. So some common approaches include, long-term investing, which is, where you buy an index fund and hold it for decades, all right? And over time, the compound interest accumulates and the asset value goes up, right? Dollar cost averaging, all right? So investing regularly regardless of your asset price currently. So even if it's down this month, or if it's not performing as well as it usually does, provided that it's not, severely underperforming, you'd keep investing regularly, right? Building that compound interest. Diversification. You want to spread the risk across many asset classes. This is like building solid foundations for a house, or like pillars, if you will. You want to have as many of them as you can, within reason. So that way, if one of them falls or crashes, right, it's not like a Jenga tower. It doesn't just fucking fall over, and you lose all your wealth or whatever. Passive investing, that's basically everything I just described. Like long term, you buy an index fund and you hold it for decades, invest regularly, and spread the risk. There's low fees, associated with that, and low trading frequency. You're not changing your options on a daily basis. You're probably not even on a monthly basis. An example quickly, investing $500 a month in an index fund for 30 years historically produces far more wealth than most trading attempts. And I say attempts because as we know now, 97% of them lose money over time. As a general rule of thumb, if someone makes most of their money teaching a strategy, the strategy itself is probably weak. And let me qualify weak, right? It means that it is easily, in video game terms, patched out. Meaning you're one bug fix, or one patch away from losing your business model. An example, that's relevant here would be you are, one natural disaster or one war or one event away from the macroeconomic landscape changing, which affects the market and which affects your trades, the positions you hold. So that's not good. You don't want that level of risk. That's why, investing long term in stable, appreciating assets is by far the best strategy. So this appears repeatedly across like drop shipping, SMMA, which is social media marketing agency, crypto trading, day trading, and most recently like AI automation agencies, or AAA as they're calling themselves. It's just a rebrand of this sort of like get rich quick scheme. These business models are structurally weak. They can easily be made obsolete or irrelevant with new technology. And, as you know, we're living in a world where technology is just like increasing, the capabilities are increasing exponentially. If you follow the news at all, you'll know that. You see the pattern. So my honest sort of like summary of all this, well, day trading is possible, but it's hard and it sounds like it sucks. And, there's a very low probability of success, basically 3%. So, just get a job at that point. But the social media portrayal is highly, attractive, but it's obviously misleading, but it's very attractive. Everyone wants to drive a Ferrari or live in a penthouse or do whatever. But most people who attempt this type of thing lose money, they quit within the year, or they move on to, longer term investing. So the Instagram day trading ecosystem is largely just a content driven education business, right? It's not really educating anybody on anything useful, in my opinion. And I guess in the opinion of the people who, wrote these articles and did all this research as well. And it's just being disguised as trading success, right? Success in day trading, right? But while I do have to acknowledge that a small minority of traders do succeed, the overwhelming majority of retail day traders lose money, and the people that are promoting it online often earn more just from selling courses or Discord access, or they work for a brokerage, a broker platform that is, they're contractors. Some key caveats to go over though. Some legitimate traders do teach or share educational material. It's not like it doesn't exist. You just have to know where to look. And it's, just get a degree in economics. Like, just do that. A very small percentage of retail traders do become profitable. It's possible. Like I said, it's not impossible. It's just not probable. But not every social media trading educator is fraudulent either. Some of them are actually successful. They do actually drive these cars. They do actually live in these penthouses. They do actually do all these things that you see in their lifestyle videos. But many rely heavily on like marketing theatrics, making it seem like they have this life. Because of trading. Anyways, that's it. Sources are in the research document, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.